Four?
Wait.
Hey, welcome to Phobia Season 14, baby! Pistanthrophobia! Woo! Woo!
It's Pistanthro, by the way, not Pistanthro.
I can't spell or talk. Woohoo! So this is a this is going to be a team of 5, which is the largest team size we've ever done in Phobia. We've never done bigger than a team of 4 before, but we're like going to break new ground. So, and these teams were selected by captains. Some people may have uploaded that earlier as either in episode 0 or attaching to this, but the captains were the players who are not the best in Phobia, which includes myself. Where is he? BBR, Cyanol, Diana, and newcomer. Yeah, so we'll get to that later. This season we're doing Pistanthrophobia, which is the fear of trust. So for this, we're gonna do the classic staple game mode moles, woo, and then we're gonna do some twists to it as well. So all meat drops from animals are removed, but feathers and leather should still drop. Pigs are replaced by zombie pigmen and will drop 2 rotten flesh. Rotten flesh gives more hunger. There'll be ration chests dropping once or twice an episode, containing bread, carrots, potatoes, that kind of stuff. Killing another player drops 10 steak, and if they are teammate, they drop 10 steak and 5 golden carrots, because we all know those are fucking sick at saturating. Bone meal is uncraftable, you can't plant your carrots or potatoes. Wheat will only drop 50% of the time when broken. Fish and soup give you a negative effect when you eat it, and the moles will have an option for a food kit, in case they don't really want to worry about that and want to chomp, munch. And now, my good buddy, MPM Cazz will introduce the players.
Alright, that's my job. Alright, we're going to start off with the team over here. This is the team that Jamie selected for himself. We have Skylord, we have newcomer Greek Bulls, we have also a newcomer, Americ, and we have SidGarcia. This team over here was picked by BBR. We have Speedo, and we have Brick, Venny, and Reggie. This team here was picked by Cyanol. We have myself. We have returning from Season 5 after he forgot that he played, NT Mama. We have Timon, and we have Michael. This team was picked by Diana. We have Fukano. We have Kraft. We have Len, and we have Cass. No idea where she is. And then this team was picked by newcomer Johnny Fairplay, aka Garrett. We have there she is. We have Scrib, we have newcomer Ripper, we have Bliv, and we have newcomer Tasty Bacon Z. That covers all of the new players and all of the players in general. So
a little bit of housekeeping before we start. 2K by 2K map. PvP will be episodes 2 as per. Meetup will be at the start of episode 6. Nether is off. Golden heads will be on, healing the same as an apple. Absorption off. Apparates 1%. Fire and flame are off. Not chops off. Bookshelves off. Pill damage 1 heart. Full bright allowed. Toggle sprint allowed, but you probably don't want to use it. Highlighted all is allowed. And yeah, let's get down to some spooking and not trusting.
Hello, welcome to Phobia UHC Pistanthrophobia. Yeah, that's going to look real nice on a thumbnail. It's going to be real nice and concise. Now, of course, it's a type of social phobia, some sort of social anxiety. that is related to a fear of trust. So, of course, we've got teams of 5, and at some point, there's going to be a mole. A mole. So Bliv just found a good little bunch of carrots. And his team is on their way. Oh, Bliv's still finding even more little stuff. There's little houses. He's getting a lot of food. He's 1 obsidian short of something really magical. Let's take a look at the other teams. We got Johnny Fair. Oh, wait, that's not another team. That's the same team. All right, Tim and Schulte, right here. Timon. He's making the stone tools. Doesn't look like his team has the same kind of luck as Bliv's team finding immediate structures, but they do have a nice little place to get their stone tools early. Maybe a cow or 2. Maybe a few things like that. They'll have to be careful, of course, because aside from being a mole game, there's some planned issues with potentially... I'm getting really lucky with the teleportation. There you go. We're seeing Cazz here with Diana, and in the area, the rest of her team. Also not quite as lucky in terms of structures, till one of them decides to tackle this little tower here. The game mode includes something to do with food, where the food is going to be suspect. The furnace is empty, but this chest has a little bit of iron. So some goodies. It's worth exploring. If they haven't come here yet, they should think about it. And Len's on the job. Len's going to find all the goodies. I don't recall that this kind of... I don't recall that this place is trapped. So he'll be good. Now, is there someone? Yeah, we haven't seen someone from another team. There's a Bricks team, and here we go. We got Venny right here, and they're in a. Wow, I was not expecting to see this biome. I wonder if it's registered. Yeah, it actually is Mushroom Island. There's not going to be a whole lot of mobs here, and there's a lot. They have a very lucky start in the sense that I think they're going to have the best kind of food situation. I think there's problems with mushrooms too that increase your hunger, but I think they could have so much steak right here that they're going to be well equipped. They're going to have to find a way to make boats and leave, or explore by other means. But they've got an interesting start. At this moment, it's all lovey-dovey, love and perfect harmony, because the moles are not set. And I don't know how the moles are going to work with this spectating tool that I have here, but I'm enjoying it very much, but I don't know how things are going to turn out. Okay. I hope my spec info is all good. Reggie's taking his tools. You gotta do it. BBR taking care with much love. Oh, so he decided to go full stew here. Okay. He decided to grab some stew, which is, I suppose, one of the better ways of getting food on the go. Skylord has managed to find this jungle temple. That could be a good find, because it's going to give you some arrows, but it could give you 3 diamonds and iron. He's going to be very pleased, to say the least. And he's got enough gold for a gapple in the other chest. I think it's what, Emeric? Didn't I see? Oh, okay, no, Jamie, everyone's here, actually, it turns out. All right. Well, I thought Skylord found it, but it turns out Emeric and Jamie had decided to loot the place. And they'll be pleased, because Skylord actually saw a second one over there. These guys cannot be any luckier. That is insane. That is insane. But I think this one has already been looted. Almost. It's not as good, but still. Still. How lucky are you to find 2 jungle temples in a single game? Especially when there's so few trees that they're so easy to spot from this far away, right? Usually, jungle temples are going to be hidden in the vegetation of a lush jungle. They're going to have to require some intense exploration to locate, They're not as easy to find, for example, as a desert temple, where you can see for great distances at a time before you can find anybody. Let's teleport to Ripper Steve. Ripper Steve is whose captain is Johnny Fairplay. Skylord decided to take some fall damage. He got a little too excited by the temples, and they have a much less lucky biome to start with initial resources that are much less interesting. But he's coming upon a village, so that could help him with a few things. I don't think there's a library in here. Yes, there is one actually, right here. So he's gonna get books. He's gonna get a lot of carrots and taters. That might help him with the food sitch quite a bit. It might be very helpful in terms of food situation. You can't bone meal any of the food, but it can still grow. Bone meal is not craftable, but it can still grow, and this kind of find is the kind of thing you do want. And apple pops out as soon as Reggie touches his bush, but it popped out so far away. He never seen it. He never seen that apple. He might actually spot it on the return trip. So I'm not necessarily worried that this apple is going to forever go to waste. There's a few passive mobs. Not that many, but there are some. Speedo's already starting to cave, looking for his early iron to get all the goods. This is probably not the best cave system straight away. But actually, let's just out of curiosity, now that I've seen it, you'll want to know what will be found here. Not great. Not great. But it's weird because I think the spawners are broken. So, who knows? We'll see. I think I spotted some diamonds down there as well. If he decided to cave here, and he could, because I mean it's under Mushroom Island biome, and so that means the mobs are going to be really kindly not spawning. You understand? In terms of UHC and PVE, it's a pretty good deal. So Craft is trying to get some apples. It's fairly easy to get them from these bushes because you only have to remove one log, and then you can start running around. So it's a fairly low effort way of getting your stuff. Speedo is still caving. Venny is getting some surface coal. With the biome bundle terrain generation. Dang it. Keep falling for it. You never know what's going to be happening. Mr. Craftinator might want to come cave down here. That's actually, as you can see, when you see the surface cave, there's caves below, usually. So, it's a good place to go. Oh yeah, with the biome bundle, by the way, you can find these trap dungeons right here. With a lot of stuff. I can't check what is in the chest because of the block above. So if a team were to find their way in here, which I doubt there would, but there could be a mob that spawns. And, for example, a creeper could spawn in the dark here and set the trap wire, get shot by the arrow, and make the whole thing explode, I think, just on its own. I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to test it. It's the kind of thing you don't see very often in a UHC because you rarely see these structures. Speedo waiting on the iron so he can mine that gold. He's going to be early, and Bliv has found a stronghold. Oh, and a spawner. Probably have checked this. It's not exactly a stronghold. It's a custom stronghold. But this is definitely the kind of place where you could get a lot of loot. So let's check out what he found so far. That's a lot of stew. He's got 6 obsidian, so that means they save 3 diamonds in terms of crafting the enchantment table. Will he have shared this information to the rest of his team? Maybe not. Maybe he figures, hey, if I'm going to be the mole, mum's going to be the word. He doesn't know, but there's a spawner right next to where he was with gold. There's also a mine shaft below. That was like basically the motherlode of structure locations. He's still around, actually. He's still around. He's fighting the skellies, getting the stuff. He's getting the full iron. What's in this one? Ooh, 2 diamonds. He actually can make enchants right away, provided he has a book. All he has to do is check this chest right there. Mickey Michael is the first one. Mickey Michael is the first one to make a bow. The green galaxy, is that it again? But I think Bliv missed the. No, he's got them. Okay, he went through it so fast that I thought he missed it. Did not. And you know you're on Arctic when the witches make sounds. There you go. And of course, I mean they make sounds, but in 1.8, you know. Zero has found the village, but I do believe that's a village that has already been found before. And you can tell by the way this creeper moves. It's no time to talk anymore. Bliv just getting OP by the second. By the looks of it, though, he's going to be fine. For now. We'll see if he's going to take damage. Skylord, still on the quest for apples. He's not alone. He's with Emeric. They've decided to get apples together. Antibama, finally returning to Phobia after so many missed seasons. He's cacti, but he's not quite in the optimal cacti biome. But hey, he can take care of a zombie. No problem. Here's the kind of place where he might find 2 temples that have already been looted. Speedo now nearly full iron. No, he actually is full iron. So, yeah, good job. It's actually a good strategy to try and be full iron as fast as you can in a moles game. Just in case. Just to make sure that you don't become the victim of a mole that decides to strike very, very early. You can see Emeric here used to a more regular pace of UHC, where you don't need necessarily to prioritize like getting your stuff this quickly. But Brick follows Speedo's example. I think this team is they're already ready to be fully suspicious of each other. Fully suspicious. Scrib is walking down and might find at some point this mine shaft. There's we also saw out of the corner of our eye. Oh, Tasty's already here. Actually, it turns out they're in the same team. So Tasty's got the mine shaft, and he's got the. He's got a lot of gold. He's got a good cave going on here. He's probably gonna want to get as much stuff as he can early on. He'll be able to make a bow. He'll be able to make a gapple if he has apples. The newcomer to the round, who doesn't really play many Reddit games, will be able to fit right in if he's able to get his stuff early. Here's Zero. He's in gold territory. He even got the spawner right here. With the gold and diamonds, I'm getting the impression that gold is going to be pretty easy to find in this world. Diamonds might be a little bit tricky, but with teams of 5, everyone's going to get enchanted. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Some players or 1 or 2 players might get rather unlucky, but with a large team, there's going to be at least 1 or 2 who find really quality caves. Now, here's something Reggie will not know, but down here, and he'll never know this, but down here there are 2 custom dungeons under the lava. Oh my goodness. And the loot that will never be found is this Sharpness 3 book. That's a really good find, but I don't think it's possible to be found. I don't think it can be found. I don't think anyone can find it. And this one is a lot less interesting. But these, unless like you staircase and you end up like falling on one of the custom blocks, you're just going to be thinking, no, it's just the regular old lava pool. These structures have been actually spawned too far below, and they're drowned in lava. I think... Yeah, there's another one here as well, with a spawner. And the loot, all the good stuff, is actually inside the bedrock. There's just nothing to be found there. That's pretty funny. But I don't know if Reggie is going to be caving to anything really good anytime soon, so let's move along. Craft has decided to take damage to a creeper. Let me check if I missed a lot of stuff. Speedo, you could say, mined the first diamonds. They're not the first diamonds of the games, but they're the first mined diamonds. And Fukano is getting a harsh welcome back to UHC, dealing with some skeletons. So let's see where Mickey McCall is. I thought I teleported to him. It looks like Zero is right below. Who's this? Skylord. But Skylord's moving away now. Is he? Is he though? Or is he taking note of where he needs to stay? I'm suspecting that Skylord was going down there initially. He's attracted by the village, saw the cave, decided to go down, then spotted Zero's name, and they said, well, if Venny's already here, I'm just gonna move away and go in an off direction. Venny's getting the stuff. Speedo's getting AFK. While he does this, let's take a look at his loot so far. It's definitely a decent haul for an episode 1. SidGarcia is a person that no one is allowed to kill. It's a crime against humanity, actually, and you're just flat out an evil monster if you've ever killed SidGarcia once, let alone twice. Only a disgusting human would do that. And there's Sid. He is getting the coal, and he's going to be waiting forever to make armor. I think, in a sick way, I think there's some people who are hoping Sid becomes the mole, just because he would never be able to be a mole. How could Sid be a mole? This is impossible. So I think there's kind of that going on. Cazz would love to be the mole, and by Cazz I mean Cass. She would love to be the mole. I know she would. She would love it. She desires it. She's already betrayed Fukano before in a different round, so I'm not sure if Fukano would actually fall for it a second time. But you never know. Speedo still AFK. Lot of action. Zero still mining there. I don't know why I keep getting back to the same people. It's supposed to be a random teleportation. Reggie is going to actually this is going to be such a heartbreaker for Reggie again. He's going to be staircasing here. If he doesn't hear the creeper behind him, and it's unlikely that he would, unless the creeper might move on the dirt and make the step sounds, or he might hear this witch, perhaps. But I think he's just going to staircase past this diamond. He's just never... He actually staircased past this little bit of cave. 100% full bad luck. Did he hear the witch? Did he hear it? If he hears the witch, he might find the diamond. We'll see. You're going to have to check that out in Reggie's perspective. But here's Craft. Craft would love to be the mole. That's another person, that's the kind of person who would definitely enjoy being the trickster. There's a chance people might suspect him, but with Craft and Cass in the same team, there's already a lot of potential villains. Brick is making sure he can't be caught off guard. BBR finding more gold. Johnny Fairplay, really failing at creepers. Skylord is, yeah, that's a staircase. Technically speaking, it's a staircase. He's gonna find some diamonds, and the moles will be set in moments. See you next episode. Sponsor. sponsored by the Flouze crew on Patreon.